one of the best things you can do, because we're so keen on knowing everybody else and understanding everybody else. And I get it. I understand the importance of knowing them that labor amongst you. But it's nothing greater than knowing yourself, knowing your own limitations, knowing what you can tolerate, what you can put up with. Because, in this life, just like anybody, everybody has their tipping point. Everybody has that point in which they change into another individual. And they do things that may be out of character. And I try and examine myself to make sure that I'm not putting myself in any situations where I may act out of character. And that's why it's so important to know yourself. And, I'm going to entitle this video, Why You Should Become an Asskisser. And in my life, I've had to work jobs just like anybody else. I have a corporate background, and I'm a big introvert. And I think, y'all blessed me with jobs that I was able to work from home the majority of my adult career. I had work from home jobs. Sure, I had to go into the office from time to time, meetings and staff meetings and whatnot. But for the most part, I was able to work from home. And as a direct result of working from home, you have a whole lot more freedom and flexibility. And it's interesting to see people working from home today. And the people that I work with, we was working from home when it was not a fad or was not in. I remember working from home, and people was like, "Man, you work from home? That's so cool. That's so cool." So yeah, I work from home. I travel a lot. I work from home, but sometimes you do have to go into the office, and sometimes you do have to interact with people, and especially in a hierarchical structure, such as a job, an organization, a ministry, you're going to have these hierarchical structures. But one thing that I could never bring myself to, drop the phone. One thing I could never bring myself to was kissing another man's ass or kissing another woman's ass. I've had jobs where I've literally been laid off because I wouldn't kiss somebody's ass. I remember times where, after work, everybody's going out for drinks, and me, I'm going out, I may have a date, or I may be going out and doing something, hanging out with the people that I know, or going out on a date or something. And I ain't have interest in, going out to drinks with my coworkers after work. And they used to look at me like, well, you can't hang out with us. No, I put in my time. I was laying flat on work, or I was doing what the job description told me to do, nothing more, nothing less. Way before these concepts came out, because I understood the whole concept of work, but or employee-employer relationship. But I used to get a lot of flack for it. And I remember one time I was working for a city group. And, everybody was kissing this guy's ass. And, it was like, he was cool and everything, but I wasn't going to waste my time kissing your ass. And, I was singled out and eventually put on, what do you call those, performance review plans. And, I filed a complaint. I felt like I was being discriminated against. And let me tell you, that didn't get me far, but I was just stalling to, find additional work. I was always able to find a job. But they wasn't going to fire me. They wasn't going to, I wasn't going to quit, because then you don't get the unemployment. And I think Pennsylvania at that time had the unemployment. I think Pennsylvania has the highest unemployment payout in, one of the highest in the nation. But I wasn't trying to quit. But, I wasn't going to kiss nobody's ass for financial gain or to get ahead. I just wasn't that character of person. But you see so many people. I mean, I've seen this uh, in corporate America where people just kissing these people's asses. I mean, just to get ahead. I mean, I've just seen it time and time again. And when people feel as though they can hold something over your head, or they can, withhold something from you. I've seen it. I've seen it in ministry. I've seen it in organizations. These people, they expect you to kiss their ass, and it's just like I couldn't do it. And it's amazing to see the people that do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I notice about the Asskisser is that they got nothing. They got nothing going on. They have no real talent. They have no real skill. Their only way to get ahead is to kiss this other person's ass, whether be it a boss or a pastor or a CEO or whatever it may be. They become intense ass kisses. And, a lot of, and it's people, especially in people in positions of power, they love their ass to be kissed. They love to be worshipped. It's not more than modern day. It's idolatry. Could you imagine one of the junior apostles kissing Apostle Saul's ass? Just all up in his ass and just, could you imagine that? Could you imagine one of the prophets doing this? Kissing somebody? It's just ridiculous. This is idolatry at its finest. And you see it so much, in today's world where, people just have no self-worth or integrity. I just don't trust, nor could I ever trust a person that is just openly just kissing somebody else's ass. I've just seen it. It's just a disgusting sight to see. But hey, this is how people get ahead. This is how people stay in the it crowd. This is how people stay relevant, because they kiss somebody else's ass, and this is how you get elevated in today's society, I guess. Me personally, I never was concerned about title. People be like, hey, don't you want to move up ahead in the company? No, I don't want to. I applied for this particular job. This is what I want to do. I have a game plan to stay here for about 2.5 years, and then I'm going on to something else. That's what my game plan was. I always stayed with the company about 2 years, and then went on to the next company. I understood that there was no loyalty in corporate America. There was no ability for me to retire from this job after spending 20, 30 years. I knew that was bullshit a long time ago. And it's just not happening. And people, they think that as a direct result of all this ass kissing and all this stuff, that it's going to secure them some type of position. Hey, I guess it works for people. I guess it works for people, and that's why they do it. But I detest an ass kisser. I just have no. They're just not to be trusted. And I've seen this before. People that, just for gain, some type of gain, they kissing somebody else's ass, and I don't care what it is. I ain't gonna do it.